Today, we're diving deep into the ideas from the book Surrounded by Idiots by Thomas Erickson. We're going to try and decode the people around us and, well, maybe find out they aren't idiots after all. You know the feeling, right? It hits you everywhere, in traffic, during a meeting, sometimes even just sitting at home. You'll say something that seems perfectly clear, completely obvious, and you just get a blank stare. You start to wonder, why doesn't anybody get what I'm saying? Well, this exact feeling is at the heart of the story of a CEO named Stuart. Now, Stuart wasn't just annoyed. He was absolutely 100% convinced his company was staffed entirely by fools. And get this, Stuart didn't keep this to himself. Not at all. He'd openly call his own employees idiots. It got so toxic that his staff actually installed a warning light system. Red light meant the boss was in the building. Green light meant it was safe. People would literally see that red light, turn around, and walk right back out. But then one day, someone asked Stuart a single, game-changing question. If your company is so full of idiots, who hired them? And just like that, the whole frame shifted. Suddenly, the problem wasn't that everyone else was an idiot. The problem was a massive breakdown in communication. So, how do you even begin to fix a breakdown like that? Well, the book lays out a really simple but kind of powerful map for human behavior. It uses a 4-color code to help us figure out what's really going on when we just can't seem to connect with people. The whole system is built on 2 really simple ideas. First, are you more active and quick to make a move, or are you more reflective and slower paced? And second, are you focused more on getting tasks done or on the relationships with the people around you? Where you land on this grid, well, that gives you your main color. All right, so let's meet these 4 colors. And as we go through them, I want you to try and picture people you know. And hey, pay close attention, because I guarantee you're going to spot yourself in here somewhere. First up, we've got the reds. These are the drivers. They're ambitious, they're decisive, and they are always pushing forward. For a red, everything is about making progress and making it fast. They actually thrive on competition. A red will make a decision in 5 minutes that other people might debate for a week. To them, standing still is basically the same as going backward. And this is pure red energy. While everyone else is still talking about the what-ifs, the red is already halfway to the finish line, just tapping their foot, wondering why in the world everyone else is moving so slow. Okay, next up are the yellows. And if a red is the one driving the car, the yellow is the super charismatic navigator, telling everyone how amazing the destination is going to be. They are the social, optimistic inspirers. Yellows are the life of every party. They're just overflowing with creative energy and charm. They can get an entire team fired up about a brand new idea. The only catch? They're often so excited to share their own amazing thoughts that they might not leave a lot of room to hear yours. And this is the yellow spirit in a nutshell. When faced with a problem, their default setting isn't panic, it's this relentless optimism. While it's pouring rain, they're already describing the beautiful sunshine that's just around the corner. Now let's talk about the greens. And this is interesting. They are actually the most common personality type out there. They are the calm, reliable, relationship-focused supporters in any group. You can think of greens as the steady anchor in any group. They're amazing listeners, they prioritize harmony, and will do just about anything to avoid conflict. They are incredibly loyal, but if you introduce a sudden, unexpected change, you're going to feel that anchor start to drag. Stability is their happy place. This quote really gets to the heart of a green's need for things to be predictable. See, for them, a plan isn't just a suggestion, it's a promise of stability. So when that plan changes out of the blue, even in a small way, it can feel genuinely unsettling because that comfortable, known routine, it's just been broken. And last but not least, we meet the blues. These are the analysts, the perfectionists. They are methodical, logical, and totally driven by quality and accuracy. You know, a blue is the person who not only reads the entire instruction manual before starting a project, but probably highlights it and takes notes in the margins. They need to understand every single detail before they can feel comfortable committing. For a blue,
Good enough is just never good enough. If you can't do it perfectly, why bother doing it at all?
This has to be the ultimate Blue quote. After getting a super detailed 85-page proposal, a Blue CEO's very first question wasn't, "So when do we start?" It was a request for even more data. They need all the facts before they can feel secure enough to pull the trigger.
Okay, so we've met the 4 colors, but here's where it gets really interesting, and this is the most important part. How do we actually use this? The key is to realize these are not rigid boxes you can just shove people into. In fact, almost nobody is just one pure color.
As you can see right here, the vast majority of us, a whopping 80%, are actually a blend of 2 dominant colors. And this is exactly why the real skill isn't just about spotting colors in other people. It's about having the flexibility to adapt them.
And this is what adapting looks like in the real world. When you're talking to a red, you get straight to the point. No fluff, no long stories. But with a blue, you better show up with all the details, ready to answer every single question. And it's the same for giving a yellow the space to be creative, or giving a green the reassurance and clear plan they need. But we have to be really, really clear about something. The goal of a framework like this is not to give you a new set of labels to slap on people. It's definitely not about excusing someone like Stuart for calling his employees idiots.
This is the ultimate point. The real power of this system isn't about diagnosing other people, it's about understanding yourself. It forces you to accept that real, meaningful communication always happens on the listener's terms. The responsibility to be flexible, to translate your message, to be the one to bridge that gap, that responsibility is always, always yours.
Because something amazing happens when you start spotting the colors in other people. You can't help but start to see them in yourself. And that, of course, leads to the most important question of all. So, what color are you? Because knowing other people, that's a tool. But knowing yourself, that's the real superpower.